Hello and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is a reading for the Scorpio full moon, and this is a bit of an interesting one, to be honest. Your approach and energy around this full moon might be my approach to this reading, whereas I went circling around and around and around. Am I going to do this? Am I not going to do it? And I kept coming back to it or not. I was very, very unfocused with my approach. And that is because normally the Scorpio full moon is one of my favorite moons. It's the moon where the Buddha found his enlightenment, and it can have these you can have these really amazing experiences with it. So firstly, it's a Scorpio moon, so it's deep fixed water. But there's some interesting things going on with this moon which might make you feel a little bit unfocused and disconnected from reality even. It's just very floaty, like I feel like, ooh, I'm a bit all over the shop. And that's because the ruler of this moon, the traditional ruler, Mars, is in a conjunction with Neptune. And it's Mars in Pisces moving into a conjunction with Neptune in Pisces. So Neptune rules Pisces. It's a big outer planet. It's actually the stronger planet in this conjunction when these two meet. So it might feel a little bit like Mars is like the fish swirling around and around and around in circles, going around in circles. It's just come into the fog of Neptune. It's come into the illusion and gone, whoa, where am I? What's going on? So it's a great time to not do much, to try not to have too much on your plate, because it might just be so hard to get those things done that you really need to get done. But also, if Mars, on the positive note, Mars conjunct Neptune could be really great for just going with the flow, not having to just going, oh, this is where I'm being taken, or sitting and doing some creative work. Just going to do that, or some very beautiful spiritual practice of some sort. So it might be really great to do like a full moon ritual or some kind of meditation, something around that. Some cleansing is what I'm being shown here. The other planetary ruler of this full moon, Pluto, so more of a modern day ruler, is squaring this full moon. So both of the rulers of the moon are just off doing other things. And so it doesn't feel like, it feels very strange even. And with Pluto squaring the moon, this could be these feelings of things are coming up from the deep, and I don't know exactly why they're coming up, but I just have to kind of deal with it. It could be even, things coming up from the underworld. So that could be hidden pain or trauma, or some very deep and buried emotions are coming up, even things to do with mourning and loss, because this is such a deep energy, being a deep water sign, and it's fixed energy. So it may have been things that you've held on to for a long time that are bubbling up to the surface to be revealed. So that could make you could feel a little bit funky with this. You could feel even a bit down. You could feel a little bit disillusioned with all of these energies, or just confused. But there's always a higher potential to a moon, a full moon. It is about culmination and endings and things bearing fruit. They're coming to fruition. It's a culmination energy. So Scorpio is the sign of birth, death, rebirth. It's the sign of the phoenix rising. So it's saying, even though there may be these energies coming up that we might be having to deal with, a lot of it could be to do with control, and some darker elements of relationships as well could be coming through around this. There could be some stuff around sexual energy and things to do with that is coming through with it as well. Some sexual experiences that haven't been great, that could come up with it as well. So there's a lot that could be just coming up to the surface that's been illuminated. But the higher potential of it is that it can be like the phoenix rising. It can transform. You can transform this energy. It just getting there to that stage of transformation can be challenging. Absolutely. It might not be the easiest thing. So it really is about finding the emotional support that you're needing through this full moon, and really honoring the way that you want to feel. really finding a place of safety for yourself, emotional safety, so that you can let these energies pass through. It could have been things in your life that you were mourning, losses that you've mourned, and grief can stay there in the underworld for a very long time. We can think that we've processed it, but something around that, a loss, could be coming up as well. So there are challenges around this full moon, which is why I was kind of like going, oh, I don't want to do the reading for it. Avoidance could be one of the other energies of Mars conjunct Neptune. I'm just kind of, avoiding something. I'm in the fog. I don't know what I'm doing here. But ultimately, Mars is about your motivation and drive, and Neptune in Pisces can be this transcendent energy of oneness as well. So it may be about just letting go and becoming one and finding that higher energy. And in that space of oneness, there can be this place for forgiveness, compassion, peace. If you can get there, it may not feel like you can get there, but through that process, this is where you can find that sense of birth, death, and rebirth, of transformation of some of these heavier energies that can come up. Now, some of you might just go, I'm on a bit of a spiritual high with this. I feel like just going and I might just feel really open. I feel like I'm really open and one, and you can have these really amazing experiences. It is the sense that Buddha found the enlightenment, but enlightenment is like a realization about attachment of energies. I really can't give you a definition of what it is because I'm not an enlightened being, but this is it's like the way you get to it is not necessarily logical, really. And that is one of the advantages of Mars conjunct Neptune, is it's not a logical energy. It's not a linear energy. So it creates the space for these higher realizations in this moon, understanding what it is that you're finally letting pass through. And the feeling I'm getting with this is to understand that it is energies passing through. And it may not feel great as it's passing up and through, but to, allow yourself to have these feelings and not to attach too much to the feelings that are coming up so that they can pass on. So that's the kind of energy of this full moon. So let's see what is coming in around this. And it may be after that big conjunction with Uranus and Jupiter, you might just be feeling a little bit out of sorts or tired or just weary. So it's really just look after yourself and honor yourself with what it is that you need, your emotional needs. So we have, as the energy coming in from the cards, love, choice and trust, and the Three of Crystals, collaboration and productivity. So we see this is the Lovers card, the Wolf Pack. So it could be things coming up around people that you might have that are close to you. These are the people that you want to keep close in some way or have been close over the period of time. There could be a really big choice that's coming up for one of you, or for something about the future direction in which you're going in. And this collaboration and productivity kind of feels like it needs all hands on deck in order to move forward with a big choice and decision here. It's not just something that one person can take on their own. It's in order to get something done, it might mean many hands, make light work kind of thing. So it really feels like that if you're struggling and being on your own and struggling with something, this is the energy saying, find those people that you trust around you, that you're close with, and ask them for help. That's something that's coming through with this as well. So we've also got Two of Crystals, balance and adaptability, which is, it's going to be a bit of a juggling act. It may be that you're doing a lot of reassessing of what's happening on the material realm as well. So there might be a sense that there is this thing over there that's happening with Uranus and Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. There's something happening on the material realm that is shifting and changing, but I'm off here in this floaty Scorpio Neptunian energy and dealing with all these emotions, and it's really hard for me to deal with that thing down there or feel particularly connected. So it is, like I said, the more that you can get other people on board or helping and being flexible with schedules and plans at this moment in time, the better is what we're feeling here. So there's a little bit of juggling of energies, maybe rearranging, reassessing of the steps and what you're doing in terms of your work, your money, your home, just your daily routines could be something that comes in around that. So let me get George is just like, yes. I don't know if you can hear him in the background. He's like, I'm on the element of earth. I'm an earth creature. So let's see what else is coming in around this full moon. What else is coming through? We have the High Priestess. Now, yeah, this is interesting actually, because the Scorpio moon is very highly intuitive, even psychic moon energy. And it can connect and communicate to other realms, particularly might have gifts with mediumship as well. So we might be looking at things like that happening here. But the High Priestess is saying there's a lot of intuitive energy. It might be the time to really trust your intuition with what it is that you're resetting, what it is that you're stepping into at this moment in time that might feel like something very new. It might feel like, I don't know where this is going, but I just feel like I am going there. I've intuitively guided to go there and to trust that this is the right path for me. It might feel like a risk, but at the same time, this High Priestess is really guiding you into these new paths of mastery, into these new paths into the unknown. So this is a really great time to actually check in with your intuition in the higher realms about what's going on with this direction this new direction that's been taken here with the Fool. So let's see what else is coming in around this full moon. Let's see what else is coming in. The Page of Wands. Okay. And then the advice from the tarot is about understanding the messages and listening to the messages from your spirit, something that is a passion, because that is one of the key words of Scorpio with the Scorpio full moon is passion, deep passion, and it's a passionate Mars. So it might be that if you're wanting to connect with people, it wants to be in this very intense, passionate way. There could be some very intense emotions coming up around this full moon. But this is about hearing the messages about something that you're passionate about, something that could be really creative, something that feels like it's new, something new to explore. And wherever it is that you're heading, and at this moment in time, it feels like it's very fresh and new. And so we have, as an overall energy, the Five of Wands, that there could be some challenges around that. It could feel like a bit of a challenge. It could be that you want to try things out first, test the waters a little bit. But if we're thinking about the waters, there's a lot of water energy around with the Pisces energy and the Scorpio energy. And it very much is this beautiful lady here, the High Priestess. Trust those inner waters that are guiding you at this moment in time. So we have some very strong Pluto energy in this moon. I'm going to pull these are always my Scorpio cards, my Mythic Tarot. So let's see what is the possibilities, what is transforming here in this full moon. Let's see what is coming in. We have the Knight of Cups, of course. And this is about trusting your heart, about trusting your intuition and trusting your heart, that it's leading you in the right place, and it's leading you through over a threshold into a new emotional place. And what they're showing me here is this Knight of Cups is crossing the river, and they're bringing me to the River Styx, which is the river of the underworld, and it's poisonous. You cannot drink from it. And this is a clean river in this card. This is, I can cross this river. And whatever that toxic energy that's been there in the waters, in those emotional realms, this is what the opportunity is that can be cleansed. We can clean and cleanse and release those toxins that we've been holding on to in the emotional realm. And I feel like, now the river is being cleaned and I'm now crossing into new emotional frontiers where this beautiful Page of Wands is saying, I've been in the desert, but now I'm trusting my feelings. I've got these new waters. They're all clean now. So again, I just got that energy of some kind of deep emotional pain that is being cleansed in some way, has the opportunity to be cleansed, opens the door for you to explore new things and to listen to that message from your soul and spirit about where it wants you to explore and go next, and get confident with trusting those messages. So that is the news. And also that the Knight of Cups, they're just saying, is love and romance. So yeah, there definitely could be some things around that as well. We're seeing a lot of that in this reading as well. So it really feels like there could be some, how it feels is that you're being guided into new directions when it comes to following your heart, when it comes to love and relationships. So yeah, there's always positives, there's always challenges in all of these energies, but yes, some beautiful transformation of your heart, listening to your heart and taking action with your heart. And they're saying it's the white horse here. So it's moving forward with innocence, with clarity, which is really beautiful. So that is the reading for the full moon in Scorpio. I'm glad I actually sat down and did it now, because I was avoiding it. I was in that kind of Mars conjunct Neptune haze where I was like, oh, what am I doing with this? But I'm really glad that we got there and I found some clarity around what was going on with it. And it actually is a very beautiful moon. So enjoy. And please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments and find out what's been going on for you. We've just been through so many big energies of late with the eclipses, with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, and now the Scorpio full moon. And it feels like once we get past this full moon, we're kind of over the other side of some of the more intense energies, and it can be a little bit like, okay, we can move forward a little bit. So would love to hear what is going on with you guys. Please leave us a comment and take care.